What's up, everybody? Came out here today to check on the buckwheat. Did some brush hogging around the edges where I didn't have buckwheat planted. There's a trail that's going to lead to my driveway, and this area back here that I cleared is going to be where I'm going to be doing my firewood stuff. That way I can keep it a little neater looking around the house. But this is the first time I've really been out here since we planted this about 6 weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago. And the butterflies and the honeybees are crazy. And I know that's one of the benefits of buckwheat that people say, you know, it's great for the bees, it makes a really good honey. We don't do anything like that. But the main reason we planted this was for kind of a soil booster. They say buckwheat's great for that. But just walking through here right now and just looking at all the butterflies is pretty awesome. I got a trail going all the way around the outside. I left kind of a buffer that I didn't plant. So there's a little bit of milkweed spread out, and some guys I talked to said that's actually great because the butterflies love that. But I just thought this was cool. There's just multiple butterflies flying around. I do not know what these orange flowers are. If you guys could let me know, I'd appreciate that. But it's pretty cool. It's the first time I ever planted buckwheat. Kind of did it for multiple reasons. We have some pheasants out here. Of course, we have a lot of deer. They say the turkeys eat it also. We got a few turkeys. But this is just awesome. I was out here brush hogging and I had to go in the house and get the wife and the kiddo to come out and look at the butterflies. So I don't know if that's goldenrod. I don't know anything about flowers. I'm trying to learn. I'm still trying to get better at identifying trees. I made a mistake the other day. I went and cut up a bunch of tree trunks and then got it home and realized it wasn't what I thought it was, and it wasn't what the book said it was. So live and learn. But just thought I'd share this real quick. It's pretty awesome. And up in there, I just noticed there was quite a few honeybees. So maybe, I don't know, it might be cool to have a hive. I don't know. But we'll keep walking through here. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, we bought this house in March, beginning of March. It's now the end of July. 3 months ago, this whole field looked just like that. I had to cut down trees. I had to pull out a bunch of Russian olives, some walnuts, a bunch of cedar trees that were just kind of junk. Actually, I gotta get here and cut that one out. Just noticed that one. And the whole purpose of this food plot here was obviously for the animals. But I plan on building a little horse barn up in there. And I got about 100 yards from here to our driveway. So that's gonna get thinned out a little more up in that corner for a little barn. Our driveway, like I said, is over here, and the house sits way at the back of the property. So this is kind of our front yard, if you want to call it that, what I don't mow on the regular. But yeah, so I figured the buckwheat would be a good soil booster for when I plant some pasture mix in the spring. Put a little pasture up there, and then after seeing this, I'm going to continue to keep planting the buckwheat. And then I'll do a no-till. I'll roll and crimp the buckwheat down after I spread my fall food plot mix in here. I'm a big fan of brassicas up here in northern Ohio. It's a pretty good food source for the deer all year long. Oh, I should say not all year long, but through the winter when they need it. And then we'll go back into buckwheat and just trying to improve this soil. I got most of the stumps pulled out. Did a lot of work with the tractor and the brush hog. And just thank God I bought a grapple because it was just so nice. There you can see kind of our 2 burn piles that we got to get going. Once we get some wet weather, I'll burn those. It's just been way too dry now. I don't want to set this whole field on fire. But just kind of a quick walk through the buckwheat field. Came out really good. Like I said, there's some other stuff in there that I didn't want, and there's some weeds in here. But I'm pretty happy considering that 3 months ago, this was nothing but overgrown brush. Used to be a cattle pasture, and it's probably been sitting for 20 years. And you can see some of the trees are pretty good size in here. So, no, this is cool. Somebody on another food plot forum the other day was like, hey, how's the buckwheat coming? Are you seeing a lot of butterflies? And I was like, nah, not really. But we've been working a lot of overtime, so it was nice to get out here today. And this is just pretty awesome. And it's pretty low maintenance. Just sow the buckwheat seeds. I ran over it with a double row Brilliant cultipacker and then let it go. It got really dry, and I was worried that it was not going to grow, but obviously it did. So yeah, if anybody knows what the yellow flowers are that a lot of the butterflies are hitting on right now, let me know. I can hear the honeybees buzzing around. Just haven't seen any out in this part yet. Most of them I saw were up there in that area right now. But yeah, pretty stoked, pretty happy. So when you buy a new place, there's a lot of projects that just take a while, and this was kind of the quickest turnaround on the work. So makes you feel good to do some work and you kind of see the fruits of your labor real quick. And I saw some dragonflies out here, but butterflies love buckwheat. That we did plant some sunflower in here. I planted the buckwheat and then went to work that day. Forgot to, well, between forgetting and running out of time, did not throw sunflower in. So that night, my wife ran through, her and kiddo, and just threw out handfuls of sunflower seeds, and they're coming up pretty good. But yeah, this is roughly 2 acres of buckwheat. It's probably hard to tell on video. I bought a bag or 2 bags from my local co-op. It was the only place I could find it. Not a lot of up here, I guess. Everyone said they'd have to order it in. And I found someone that sold it for $1.25 a pound, which was the cheapest that I could find. So went through here, and here we are. But this is cool. I always like watching my food plots grow, and this is the first time, and I've been doing food plots since I was like 16. So about 16 years, this is the first time I've ever done buckwheat, and I am really impressed, and I'm pretty sure we're going to keep doing this every year. And then there are some weeds. I was kind of worried about those at first, and some guys online were like, hey, don't worry about it, the buckwheat will kind of shade those out. And the ones that are up, most of them, the weeds are milkweed, and they said those are great for the monarch butterflies. And now we see, I got a butterfly right here, a whole bunch of monarch butterflies out here. So this is really cool. And this area is mowed down, going back into that wood cutting area that I mentioned. And this I really didn't plant with buckwheat. I kind of wanted a buffer here between we got a wildflower patch here and then the garden right there. So this is the area that I mentioned that I want to get cleaned out some more. I have no idea if I'm going to leave that big tree there or not, but I'd like to put a little horse barn in there, pasture up towards the front of the house, and then leave that kind of undisturbed. Our driveway runs through the property, but it's kind of on a third of the side. So from the driveway over this way, we have about 6 acres. And then on the other side, there's roughly 12 acres. And on that side, I'm pretty much not gonna do anything over there. Might make some trails through it, but that's some primo deer property over there. And we got enough to keep us busy on this 6-acre side, to be honest with you. But there's a cultipacker I used for this. My daughter found that in my dad's barn behind a fake wall that I never knew was there. And then just sowed the seeds, ran over it a couple times, and man, I can't get over how awesome that looks. I'm just so happy. But thanks for watching, everybody. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will talk to you later.